Hi Pisces, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Today I'm going to ask my spirit guides what you don't see coming. What is coming your way that maybe is unexpected or a surprise or something that you're anticipating, Spirit just said. So let's see what your cards are saying. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's new. This is a fully channeled message, so we will call on our guides now and see what they have for you. Spirit, please share with me any loving messages for anyone who has found this reading. I am listening for you now. Keep it simple. Okay, overthinking something. I'm overanalyzing their text messages, when they called, when they didn't call, what they said last. So a little bit of a kind of learn to go with the flow a little bit more. Maybe we just need to do that. There's something about you. Okay. Obviously, this person is interested in you for a reason. So look at their actions, Spirit saying. I have an introvert. I have a hopeless romantic thoughts of you. Thinking of you right now. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Somebody's thinking of you. I have music hidden in the shadows. I'm secretly thinking of you. Okay, a little bit of a, you don't know how much I really like you yet, something like that. Secretly admiring you. Okay, I'm going to say it that way. I don't want to say holding back feelings because I feel like their actions are indicating that there's feelings going on. I'm carrying a flame for you. Definitely. That I would be feeling. I think you're picking up on their vibe. Okay. I think you know that they like you. Maybe we're overanalyzing that it's not as consistent as we need it to be. Maybe we are wondering if they're going to pick up the pace, or is this going to turn into something more serious? So I feel like we're just putting a lot of question marks around this connection. I want another chance to see you. So maybe this person has delayed something. You know, it's one of those connections where we maybe had a couple of really great dates and they didn't necessarily ghost you, but maybe you just haven't heard from them. And you're wondering, like, I thought it was great. I thought we had something. I thought that there was something going on here. It's definitely not over. It's not over. You know, it's a feeling of it's not over yet. Let's see what the cards are saying. Spirit, please share with me any loving messages. What is it that you need us to know at this time? I am listening for you now. Let's see what they're saying. I have a Queen of Cups. I have a Nine of Wands. I have a Devil. And I have a Hermit. They said their feelings for you are real. Okay. So if you're picking up on, I think they have feelings for me. They're acting like they have feelings for me. I think you're right. So I do feel like you are somebody that they are seeing that I want to spend more time with. I feel like there's a delay for some reason. And either something has happened that they had to focus. I needed some time to myself. Little bit of I'm battling, you know, my own demons. I'm battling. This person could struggle with recovery, alcoholism that you're not aware of. So see if that's behind the scenes. They could be sober, but, you know, sometimes heading into a relationship, it triggers sobriety, and they are concerned about that. They're concerned that I don't know if I can handle being in a relationship. Will it affect my sobriety? So especially if it's relatively new sobriety. So that could be going on. I have a death card. They're making some big changes in their life. And I'm just asking Spirit, like, what is this change? They're removing someone from their life in order to pursue you, in order to be fair to you. I feel like they're cutting some final, I feel like they're cutting some final cords to be with you. I feel like there has been somebody that probably was toxic, probably was hard, is one of those connections like it's hard to get out of for some reason. And I feel like, to be fair to you, and it's probably been over emotionally for a long time. They could have financial strings to this person. This person could just have been in their life for a long time. So it's just really hard to just kind of walk away from them and not try to help them get on their feet, or to start over again without them, so there could be, I feel like this person is cutting ties, and they had to do that before they really full-blown started something with you. I feel like they're cutting ties. I think they see something in you that they haven't seen in anybody for a long time. There's definitely passion. There's feelings. You have a lot to offer. You have beautiful, loving energy. I mean, they'd be crazy to not be with you, is how I feel. So I think they have to let someone else go. I feel like they say goodbye. They say goodbye. Let someone go to be with you. You're not breaking up a marriage. It's not a third party situation. But I do feel like there's, it's a little bit complicated. There's some feelings there. It could be they shared a house, and maybe they're not in a relationship anymore, but they still pay the bills together, or they have a child together. So there's some complication there. But it's it feels more like it's something I had to do for myself, so that I knew going into the next relationship that I have a clean slate. So they either had to tell that person, I'm dating somebody, or I want to be dating somebody. I'm not interested in anything with you at this point. It's definitely over. So I feel like they ended something to be with you. I do. Now, are they rushing into the next thing? Not necessarily, because sometimes you leave somebody emotionally a lot sooner than you do physically. You could leave somebody emotionally 2 years ago, and I'll be sleeping in separate bedrooms. Like I haven't been in love with that person for so long, but the way that life is right now, it's so expensive to have housing, or people buy properties or rent things together. And it's hard to get out of those situations quickly. So it could be just a logistics thing. But I don't feel like I think they want to honor you in a sense that they had to say goodbye to somebody before that. So that's the delay. The delay is they're working on cutting their past. Something's going on with that. I have a twin cause. Okay. Virgo, a little bit of a Virgo energy there. There's two sides to every story, right? And maybe they shared with you already that I have somebody it's a little bit complicated. And you were like, I'm not really interested in complications. I'm not really interested in, if you want to resolve that and you want to end that, and then we start something, that's great. So maybe that was the deciding factor, that they were honest with you. I'm not interested in being in a relationship with you while you're still living with your old girlfriend. Like, I'm not doing that. A fork in the road. changing in the change of directions, a turning point for them. Maybe they didn't ever take action before because I have a Capricorn energy. They didn't take any action before because there wasn't any reason to take action. It's the person who has been separated from their wife for a long time but hasn't ever filed for divorce. And you say separation doesn't count. Okay, separation is still an attachment. And people can stay in separation for a long time and then go back to their wives or husbands. So it's maybe you were the action to filing for the divorce. Okay, when you file for divorce and you show me that you're filed for divorce and you are living on your own like a grown person, you know, call me and we'll go out again because we had a great time and we were connecting. But I do feel like I'm not inviting in these this conflict. I will say that. I have an empty nest. Okay, another Virgo energy. This is a feeling of emptiness. Okay, I need to start a new life. I need to start all over again, and it's hard. Okay. For some of you, it could be that I'm waiting for my youngest child to go off to college before I really start a real relationship with somebody. I want to give that child the time that they need, that the other children got. So that could be going on. But it is an empty nest energy, and I don't want to be alone. I have an ostrich trap. Okay, this is my Libra energy in this card. Okay, fear-based, hiding, refusing, and avoidant. Yeah, so there was an overthinking in the beginning, and there was that feeling of, am I reading too much into these messages? Is this person avoiding me? I feel like they're taking care of business is what's happening. I do. I have the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I have a Leo energy here. So I feel that I've got to get this weight off my shoulders. That's what's happening. So this person has a healthy conscience. Spirit just said conscience. It's a sense of I can't start something with you until I cut ties with somebody. I gotta finally tell somebody that it's over. I can't do this anymore, or I can't be there for them. It could be a very codependent energy because I had all that kind of recovery feeling in the beginning. So it could be their person is struggling with codependency and needs them. So it's really hard for them to just walk away from that person in fear of, I'm going to, go back to drinking, go back to doing drugs, something like that. So people get themselves in situations, that are difficult to get out of sometimes. And I feel like that's what's been happening in this connection. I have a Two of Swords. They're making a decision. I have a High Priestess. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Three of Pentacles. I feel like this person is definitely making a decision. They see you as somebody that I guess has more going on, okay? You're not toxic, you're not chaotic, you're not struggling, you're not codependent. And they're very drawn to that. They're very drawn to the person who I could be with that is more of a team as opposed to me trying to fix them all the time. I'm very drawn to your spiritual energy. I'm very drawn to, I guess, how I feel when I'm with you. Maybe they feel very secure, calm, or they just enjoyed themselves. They weren't anxious and stressed out and worrying about somebody. So I'm going to go with this feeling of I like how I feel when I'm with you. And I feel like that was, even if you only met each other a couple of times, you went on a couple of dates, you've been chatting, you've been talking, it's enough for them to decide that there's something better for them. And I feel like they're choosing you, they're choosing themselves really, because they're choosing their own happiness. They're choosing, I want to be in a healthier relationship. I want to be in a better place. But they are choosing to be with you. They're making, I think you're the catalyst, or you're the push, so to speak, to make them take an action that maybe they were holding off on because they felt bad. I have a 6 of Wands. I have an 8 of Wands. Yeah, this may shift quickly. It may start to shift very quickly. A 9 of Pentacles and an Ace of Wands. I feel like the attraction is undeniable. I feel like they're saying you've opened up something in them that they haven't felt in a long time. Okay, whether it's just, I have feelings for somebody. I'm secretly admiring you, they said. My feelings are deeper for you than even if it's just been a short period of time. So I feel like this person's definitely trying to figure out, how do I get this started? And how do I make you feel secure in the meantime? That I haven't just walked away from this position, this connection, that you're not hearing from me, So I think they're going to come back. I think what's going to happen is they're going to come back with, I have something to tell you. And I want you to know that I filed for divorce. I want you to know that, the papers were delivered, something like that. Like, I feel like it's significant. I feel like it's significant enough for you to realize that this person, they take action. There's a sense of they're proving to you that they're taking action because they know that it's not fair to you. There's an incredible sense of, I'm just not going to do it to you. So I do respect this person for that. I really do. I think that feels good. Let's see what the feelings are going to be ultimately. Let's see what they want you to know. It's going to grow, Spirit just said. It's that we've got to get over some kind of hurdle in the beginning so that we don't have any attachments. There's some kind of a weird attachment to somebody. So nobody wants that, especially in the beginning. It's like the last thing you want to hear is that somebody's attached to somebody. I've been separated for 15 years, but we never got divorced. What does that even mean? Like, go and be a big grown-up person like the rest of us and file for a divorce. It's hard. It stinks, but do it. Every night I go to bed thinking about you. So you definitely have captured their attention. I keep dreaming about us. I'm wondering, is this the person am I supposed to be with? Am I going to be crazy if I push this away, or I don't take action and so that you can be in my life? I want to marry you. Okay. Maybe this person's thinking, I couldn't be with you. Maybe they're marrying you tomorrow, but if you want to be with somebody long term and they're attached to somebody still, you got to go through all of that. So that's the I've got to be unattached that's coming through. I'm so stressed out. I needed to make a decision. There's a big decision being made around this connection. You are amazing inside and out. I love that. So they've found somebody. I will be calling you soon. So yeah, I feel like I'm going over their text messages, like what happened? Did I say something or do something so that there's this delay now in communication? They're working on detaching themselves from a situation so that they can somehow come back to you with, this is what I did. And hopefully it's enough to prove to you that they really do want to be with you. And you somehow push them into doing something that they were really holding back on for a long time. But it needed to be done, is how I feel. So let's put this out into the universe. Somebody's choosing you for sure. And it's just a matter of time that, we're going to go through these kind of hurdles to be together. But I think that I think it's for the best. I do. I don't want either one of you to be attached to anything, so that you can both have this kind of clean slate heading into this. So let's put this out into the universe and ask Spirit to guide you now. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you always for your comments. I appreciate them. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 channels here on YouTube. I have a Pick a Card channel and a Twin Flame channel, and those have additional readings as well, and you may be interested in those. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and we'll see you again real soon.